It's fuzzy here, you guys. All right, summertime's over, and we're getting ready for winter, and it's already into end of November, and it's already snowed once, but we didn't have to go out. But anyhow, I've had some clients complaining about their driveways and stuff like that. Me scraping them off with a metal blade on my Kubota. We're going to take this blade off and match up the bolts and re-drill the bolts into this, or drill the bolts into this, and put this on. Okay, all right, so if you guys got one of these and are trying to get it off, I want to show you something that you can do with getting this middle bolt off without taking the blade off. I've got all the other ones out, just put a little WD-40 on them. I did not have to use my my KK7's magnetic. So the induction heater is amazing. I'll tell you what, you put it on rusted bolts and they come off like that, like crazy, right? It's an amazing tool without any fire or torches or anything like that, right? 1300 watts, and I'll tell you what, it's a perfect thing to do if you can't get bolts off blades and they're all rusted, right? Okay, let me show you what to do on that middle bolt. Okay, you can see that middle bolt right there, all right? You'd think a socket wouldn't go on there, but they've actually got a hole in here, right there, that you can actually go through if your blade is off. But you don't have to take it off because you just use a long extension, go right on there, and you can ratchet it off. So FYI on that, on a 6-pin socket, and so you don't strip it and go from there. She's off. Now I left the middle bolt in. I'm going to take this end bolt off and get it out. Keep it lifted up. Take this one out, and then you keep that other bolt in. Okay. And what you can do is drop that to the ground, because this is not a light piece of steel, right? Then you can take this nut off like that. Then you can pull this blade off like that. Now, the reason I put it up in the air like this is so I'm not on my knees and everything else trying to get these bolts off. That's it. Now we're going to clean this up and get all the rust off it, and try and get a smooth fit. I'll tell you what, these steel brushes are amazing, man. You get yourself one of them and you can clean up rust real quick. Now, because of the polyurethane being so much thinner than the blade that come off the Kubota, it's probably 1.5 inches. That's 4-inch, and the blade I think is a 6-inch. So yeah, so we're gonna have to do some retrofitting here and fit these bolts where they sit. So I'm gonna clamp them on each side and get it nice and even, and then draw the holes, and then we gotta go drill it out. Okay, so I clamped either side. Now we're gonna do some measuring to make sure that we're even across the blade. That's good right there. Drill the holes, and there they are right there. All the holes are marked. We're going to make sure they're all straight. That's a lot of work. All right, so these holes, I did a pilot hole and everything, and then I had to drill in order for these bolts to get through there. Now these are 9/16 bolts. I had to go to a 11/16 hole in order for them to get through. All right, so and then what's going to happen is that they're going to go in nicely, so I don't have to mess around trying to fit them in. But when we screw them in, you can see that these heads are have a square on them. Okay, so they're a carriage bolt. All right, so they're going to go in and they're going to get squished into that where they'll stick. Okay, so let's get it on. Okay, so anyway, Well, this was off. I got obviously all the rust off, and I sprayed some rust. I'm gonna call it deterrent. It really doesn't work for the shit, but I put it on anyway, and that might help some of the rust from building up behind anything that that's like that. Okay, so let's get that in there like that. Now I think it would be better if these were nylon nuts. Now I'm hoping these are going to suck in without any trouble with that head spinning, right? Hopefully they just pull in with them being pretty good threads. If they weren't really good threads, I'd be kind of worried about it. So yeah, they're all fitting perfectly where they're supposed to be. I've got probably 1.5 inches of play in there where I'm going to get some good wear. It's nice to get the nuts that come off the same bolts on because they're grooved to the same threads, right? So what I did do is I measured the holes. So basically they are 3 inches from the bottom of the bar to the center of the hole is where I've got them. Now you can put them where you want, but I'm hoping that's going to work really good there, and I'll get some good wear out of these because I've got 2 of them. So getting the one on perfectly is important because I can use it to make the holes on the other one. Now I'm going to try and spin these on by hand just to see if the bolt is going to turn or not. And it's not. I'm happy about that. So what I'm going to do is get my DeWalt drill and get these down instead. Now you see that? That's squishing up pretty good, eh? I should probably just do them by hand. Don't want to get them too tight. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my other blade in, my metal blade in, and if I need to, I'll change it in the field if this thing happens to, break off or not stay where it's, or wears off pretty fast, because I've never used one of these before, ever. So I'm pretty nervous about it, actually, because where I work is an hour drive away. So, and look at that, they're all staying nice and kaput, and I don't have to hold them. They're going down really well. I just don't want to squish them too much. And it's not going on right at all right now, so I'm going to take it off. And clean up those threads. It should go now. There she goes. I'm going to cut these edges off too and make a 90-degree here. That way they'll bounce over cracks and stuff better. Because as soon as you hit that crack, it's going to put more pressure on that blade core, and it might pop it right off. I don't know. That on both sides, just use itself a zip disc, and we're going to do that to prove that I cut those off right there. And that's how you can cut them off. Like that, okay? Cut that corner off, and I'll tell you what, your life is going to be a lot easier when you're doing sidewalks and stuff like that for cracks. They'll bounce over those cracks. You don't even know they're there sometimes. If they're big ones, yeah, you're going to hit them, but that's a good thing to know right there. I think that's pretty much all you need is right there. Let me show you. Right there, cut that edge off. And you're done. That'll skip over edges way easier if it was a 90, I'll tell you what. A lot easier on the blade too. All right guys, that concludes my installation of the polyurethane blade. And I'm hoping everything's gonna work good. It seems a little soft to me, but maybe, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know much about these, and we'll see how they work. If they wear out, they wear out. Put the metal one on and you deal with it. That's all you can do. All right, guys. Make sure you subscribe and like and hit that notification button and all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.